Put the gun down.
Why? It's already loaded.
It's got a hair trigger. It could go off accidentally.
Oh, if this goes off, it'll be on purpose, I promise you.
I'm telling you, that's a very dangerous gun. Put it down.
Now you know how it feels, huh? It's no fun looking down the business end of one of these suckers, is it?
Not a bit, not a bit, Opal. Now just put it down. Give it to Dad or put it down. Just stop aiming the gun at me.
Make you feel more like a man and hold a gun, is that it? I never needed one of these things to make me feel big, you know. Frankly, I always figured that a man who needed a piece to feel big was probably just compensating for some small caliber something else.
You think I need compensating?
Don't answer that question. I'm not the slightest bit interested. Mama, this has gone on long enough, okay? Just, come on. Put the gun down, please.
Oh, I hate it when you're always right. But I guess really, the only thing I've succeeded in showing him is that I can stoop to his level. Well, I lied about that, you know. I might be foolish enough to let this pea-brain have a gun collection, but I wouldn't be so stupid as to let him keep the bullets with it.
Great. So what do you want me to do with the firepower?
Just burn them or bury them or drown them or break them. I don't care, just so that they can never be used again, ever.
Well, considering I can't exactly melt them down with my X-ray vision, I think I'll just take them to the police.
You shouldn't have done that. I can get them back.
Well, maybe. But if you want me to be here to see it, you better start explaining why you've been acting like a madman.
What can I say to make you understand? Uncle is a barbarian. He's scum, pure and simple. He destroyed my sister's life.
Bessie was a grown woman, Palmer.
He made her make a wrong choice.
But it was her choice to make, not yours.
The children weren't given a choice, were they? No. No, Bessie had to give her baby away. She just couldn't care for her. And then Will and Dixie had to care for their mother while her life just ebbed away. And now, Uncle has abandoned his children and my sister. What does he do for amends? He comes here and he wants to reap my niece of her kidney so he can save his ridiculous son. Well, what was his first family for? For spare parts? I mean, that's not human.
Well, this man who you say is less than human, Palmer, cares a heck of a lot more about his son than you care about yours.
Don't be ridiculous.
Seabone would do anything to keep Dale with him on this earth.
I'd give my life for Peter.
You were willing to just pitch Petey and me right out of your life at the pull of a trigger. Did you think that if you killed Seabone, you really would not go to prison? Or were you just not thinking that far ahead? I mean, imagine how it would be to not watch your own son grow up. Is killing Seabone really worth losing your family?
It's $350. That's $400. And this ought to be more than enough to fly you out of here first thing in the morning. Here, take it.
Not unless you're coming with me.
I can't. I've got to speak to Dr. Rosenstein and have him recommend another hospital.
Well, just call in from my place then.
No, you go ahead. Besides, I've got to tie up a couple loose ends around here.
Well, I'm good with knots.
I want you out of here before you cause any more trouble, Daddy.
Now, you always think you know what's best, don't you?
You take it.
All right. Suppose this could cover everything. Remember, indeed, I bet you haven't had any lunch yet, have you?
I haven't had much of an appetite.
Well, now, you need to keep your strength up. Maybe I ought to go and do a little grocery shopping for you. You don't have a couple of bucks you could spot me, do you?
Didn't I just give you more than enough money?
Well, now, that was plane fare, son. You know how I hate traveling, Coach.
Same old Daddy. Same old. Here, is this enough?
Ample.
Mm-hmm.
Won't be long.
Hey, steer clear of that chicken shack.
No chicken. Got it.
Dear God, Maria, I am so sorry.
I'm sorry.
For what?
I'm sorry that I said that.
You don't have to be sorry. You can say anything you want, and feel free to do so, Maria.
You don't understand.
No, I do. I do understand. I knew how you were. You were young.
I was stupid.
No, you trusted me. And if I'd have been the man that you deserved, you wouldn't be in this position. You would be safe, happy. You'd be able to have all the children that you want and the life that you deserve. But I was a gutless bum, no good. I let you down, Maria. I was scared.
It's not fair.
Oh, you're right. You're right about everything. It could have been different. If I hadn't have walked out on you, you wouldn't have to face this being pregnant alone. You could have faced up to your parents, because I'd have been there by your side. If I had the guts, Maria, I would have taken up for you. For us, for our baby.
I hated you so much, Del.
Well, I was rotten, selfish. There's no excuse for what I did to you. I should have been there at your side. If you had to lose this baby, you shouldn't have had to be alone. I should have been there, Maria, to take you to the doctor afterwards, to make sure that you got the care that you needed.
But you weren't.
I know. I know. Maybe if I had the courage to stand by you, Maria, if I'd have lived my life differently, maybe yours would have been different too.
We interrupt our scheduled programming for a breaking story. I'm Bob Brock for WRCW with live coverage of congressional candidate Edmund Gray's press conference, which will begin momentarily. Gray rocketed across the front pages of the tabloids last night with this photo. It has since been learned by WRCW that the other man in the photograph, Del Henry, was seriously ill at the time of the apparently unprovoked attack. Repeated attempts to get a statement from the Gray camp have resulted in a steady stream of no comment. That tune will change momentarily when candidate Gray appears at this press conference to make his explanation public. Standing by are political commentators Paul Stokes, professor of political science at Pine Valley University, and Carlos Valdez, former Washington lobbyist and our resident political expert. Gentlemen, thank you for being with us. Well, the room is alive with anticipation. The press is turned out in force. Professor Stokes, you know the candidate. What do you think we can expect?
Well, Bob Edmund Gray is a man of high emotion, but even higher principles. My guess is the explanation we're going to get will be of a personal nature, something that could blow this campaign wide open.
I agree with you on the personal aspect of the incident, but I strongly disagree with your assessment of Mr. Gray. I suspect that rather than a frank confession, we're about to get a tap dance.
Damage control?
Oh, exactly, Bob. Instant press conferences reek of desperation. Mr. Gray has something to hide, and he wants to keep it hidden. My gut feeling is he'll try to throw us off the scent. And we'll only learn the truth when this Del Henry comes forward.